Hello and welcome to another episode of Strategic Gaming. As always, I'm your friendly neighborhood nerd king, Mac Taylor, here to talk to you about a season of Survivor that I think that they got the concept very correct, but something they, I think, had to tweak a little further down the road. We got Survivor All-Stars. All returning players, 18 of them, come back to either cement a legacy or tarnish away. We got 3 tribes. On Chapira, we have Rob Sesternino, my personal favorites, Boston Rob, Amber from Australia, Alicia, also from Australia, Big Tom from Africa, and Sue from Borneo. Then on the Mogo tribe, we got Jenna Maraska from the Amazon, Richard Hatch, winner of Borneo, Lex from Africa, Sheehan from Thailand, Colby from Australia, and Kathy VO from Marquesas. Then on the Sabura tribe, we got Ethan, winner of Africa, Jenna Lewis from Borneo, Rudy from Borneo, Tina, winner of Australia, Jerry from Australia, and Rupert from the Pearl Islands. So we've got, star-studded cast here. We have, people that are either trying to win where they failed or try to have lightning strike twice, and they come in on these helicopters or on these boats escorted by helicopters. It's like a big thematic thing. Like, these are the all-stars, and it's already established. These people know each other outside of the game, so there are some pre-existing relationships heading into this. There's a little more of a tricky concept here. And everybody is the quote-unquote Survivor expert, so there's a lot of cooks in the kitchen here starting out. And Rupert really does feel like the new guy. Like, he just... Like, these seasons, Pearl Islands and All-Stars were filmed very close together. So Rupert, essentially just stopped playing Survivor, and he's back on Survivor. So these people have had time to kind of enjoy what Survivor's brought them. Rupert very much not. He's just out there, two back-to-back. First person to play back-to-back seasons. Jenna Lewis, she wants to take out the winners, which is a strategy we see in returning player seasons. They want to take out the winners. They won before. It's time to have a new winner. And Jerry really wants to focus on keeping her mouth shut, which, spoiler alert, she's not going to be able to do. But she basically feels like a big part of her flaw in Australia was not being able to stay quiet, which is very true. That was a big fault in her plan to win Australia, and she just doesn't... I don't think she's capable of improving it. So, the Mogo tribe, the women, Sheehan, Kathy, and Jenna, they're talking about an all-women's alliance. But what they don't know is that Richard Hatch is standing, right behind them. So, they're talking, yeah, let's get this women's alliance together. And Rich is like, what'd you say about a women's alliance? And they turn around, and he's right there. He's like, well, you want to talk about it? Let's go talk about it. It's a Rich... in true Rich fashion, walks right up to Colby and Lex, who are building shelter, and is like, hey, just say no. The girls have an alliance, so us guys got to work together. And just kind of really puts everything out there. The girls feel awkward. Everyone feels awkward. And Colby and Lex are like, can we just worry about alliances later? Let's just build a shelter. We'll worry about that later. The game hasn't started yet for them. And it's just like Rich is running to stir the pot and get the target off his back, because he knows being a winner he's going to be targeted. So, good on him for really, A, being observant, and B, trying to stir the pot, knowing he has an insta-target on his back since he's already won $1 million from Survivor, and he's the first person to ever do it. Chapira, they're failing at making fire. Not doing so well. And Sue, not the best contributor. It seems like she's left her provider days back in Borneo and is like, I'm a vet. I don't need to do this. But they're all vets, so they should all be contributing. And they can't drink water until they boiled it. And they don't have anything to start a fire with here. And Sue's drinking the bad water anyway. She's like, I don't care. I'll drink the bad water. And everyone's like, Sue, would you stop? She's like, no, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to drink the water. And it's like, all right, Sue, whatever you say. She's very headstrong. Saboga, they also fail fire. No one can make fire because all they're given is a machete. Like, this is the least any Survivor tribe has been given at the start so far. Everyone's worried too. Like, how the hell are we going to drink any water if we can't get a fire started? And on Saboga, Rudy goes up to Rupert and says, hey, I saw from your season that you are loyal. And, for my season, my word is good too. Let's work together. And Rupert's like, yeah, I'll work with you. I would like to align with you. And then the rough night hits, and everyone, they're thirsty, they're hungry, they're tired. And Alicia and Boston Rob are kind of arguing about the work quantity. Tom's kind of annoyed by it. Not, kind of just like, whatever, Alicia and Sue, they're so annoying. And Rob and Amber, they are a duo. They are flirting with each other. They are getting close to each other. They're definitely going to have to be seen as a threat here. And, at Mogo Mogo, Rich, it does seem like he has a bit of an ego about the fact that he's a winner, and is the original winner. Like, he's just kind of fucking with his tribe and with his stuff, and everyone's really over it. Everyone just really wants Rich out because he's annoying them. And then they go and they see for the first time who's all on the season, because they've only seen the other 5 people on their tribe. So for that, I think Rob Cesternino says, like, as far as I know, every Survivor ever could be coming into this game. I don't know what's going to happen. And that would be really interesting if there's like 100 people on this season. But no, it's just the 18, and everyone's kind of seeing who they know, who they don't know, and sizing up their competition, and it is a fun thing to see. And they have a fire immunity. Chapira and Mogo Mogo end up with the win. And Saboga, since they're going to tribal council, they would like to, Jenna and Jerry want to take out Ethan. And Rupert kind of conflicted, him and Rudy, about, Ethan's strong. Do we really want to vote out Ethan? And by a vote of 4-2, Tina went from the winner of Survivor Australia to the first person booted, 18th place here, Survivor the All-Stars, just because she's a winner. We didn't really see much of Tina in this episode. She was very non-existent, and now she's gone. Kind of sad to see her go there. I feel like she really didn't get a chance to really even play All-Stars. So we start episode 2, and Saboga is suffering from a lack of water. And Rudy is, just like Sue, must be a Borneo thing, drinking the bad water. Everyone's like, would you stop? And he's like, hey, I used to drink water in the war lakes that have bodies in them. I think I'm fine to drink this one here. And everyone has grown accustomed to Rich being naked. They're like, it's not great, not ideal. Colby even says, like, hey, never thought I'd wake up to a fat naked gay man. But, hey, we're out here in Survivor. We're going to have to do what we got to do. It's kind of a funny little thing there that everyone's just like, yeah, whatever, he's naked. And they get these crates. And they can only open their crate at a certain time in the game. And Boston Rob's like, let's just open it now. Let's crack it open. Let's bust it open. Who's going to stop us? And everyone's like, no. And they get what's called the Staircase to the Stars reward. Basically, you get a key to your crate to open it up. And there's like 3 keys you need. Saboga can end up winning that reward. And they also get a pot and things like that. And Rich, after seeing Tina was voted out, he's like, well, they are going to be targeting the winners, and that puts a huge target on my back. Not great. Rich not feeling so great right now. And at the Chapira tribe, which is definitely not the Love tribe, Alicia's barking orders. And maybe it's just a lack of water, but everyone is just very on edge on the Chapira tribe between Sue and Boston Rob and Tom and Alicia. Rob Cesternino and Amber kind of staying out of the conflict. But now everyone's going to get fire and water so they can drink finally. They can soothe themselves. And Jenna, very confident. Jenna Lewis, confident about her position in the tribe. She feels really good about her position. And she says, hey, Ethan, he's lucky to be here. He's lucky to have 3 more days. As far as I see it, he's next. And so she's already super cocky about how she's got this one in the bag. And then at Mogo, Kathy and Lex going to get into a little bit of a tiff about fire. And Mogo, they find a key. And Rich is annoyed about how little strategy Mogo's talking. But you're on a tribe with Lex, who doesn't like to talk strategy unless he needs to. Same thing with Kathy VO. Sheehan, who's not a good strategist. Jenna Maraska, also probably not a great strategist. These people aren't schemers. You're not on a tribe with like Rob Cesternino or Jerry. Like, you're not going to talk about strategy. Everyone's going to try to get along on the Mogo tribe for the most part. Colby is the biggest team player of them all. Like, you're not on the tribe of strategy, Rich. And instead of being upset about it, you should probably try to adapt to it. And on the Saboga tribe, Rudy having a hard time getting around. Like, Rudy's hurting his leg. He may be a former Navy SEAL, but his age is catching up to him here in the All-Stars. And they get a boat and crate retrieval immunity. Chapira and Mogo win immunity again. And Ethan's like, well, it's probably my number, so I'm going to go out here, try to catch some fish, gain some worth. And everyone else is talking about, I know that we said we were going to target Ethan, but Rudy, he's kind of slowing us down out there, and I think we need to vote him out. Which I agree with this move. I love Rudy. I think Rudy is great television. But he is, I think there comes an age where you probably shouldn't play Survivor anymore, and your mid-70s is probably that age. But Rupert very conflicted about it because he told Rudy he'd never vote for him. And he says, you guys can vote him out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to vote him out because I told him I wouldn't. That was my word. And then Rupert then goes out and catches a bunch of fish. So Ethan's like, fuck, there goes my provider strategy. Rupert's on this tribe. And then by a vote of 3-2, Rudy voted out. Survivor of the All-Stars. And like I said, it is sad. I love Rudy. I think he's funny. And he's a great character. But he wasn't going to be able to make it these 39 days. And I'd rather see him healthy going early than struggling to make it down the line. So, I'm glad that, that Rudy was back and we got a little bit from him. But that was about all we were going to get. So into the next episode, everyone's getting bug bites. Everyone's getting ate up. And Jenna Maraska, not eating. She's feeling it's like something's wrong back home. Her mom's still having cancer. And on the Saboga tribe, they're very productive, getting stuff done. Ethan's still trying to be the provider. And Rupert is trying to kind of become a leader, talking about building everything up. Let's make Saboga the tribe. And Richard Hatch then goes out and kills a shark. The shark bites him, he bites the shark back, and then kills it. So, the legend of Richard Hatch, when a shark bites him, he bites back, and he ends up killing it. So it's a wonderful scene. And he said, hey, I'm becoming the provider again, just like I did in Borneo, except this time I'm a little hesitant to go all in on it. I'm going to kind of make them want me to be that. That way they won't vote me out. I'm really going to make them beg me to stay in this game. Which probably should just go all in on the provider thing like you did at Borneo. Because if you start pissing them off, they can't just vote. You are a winner, and pissing them off and being a winner is just a double whammy. So they get the Home Depot shelter building challenge. And Sue and Tom, they're arguing about, well, I think you should probably build a shelter this way. Well, now, Sue, I know what I'm talking about. I don't think you need to come telling me how I'm going to build this shelter. And it's just, back and forth. Rob Cesternino is great for strategy, not at building things. While Boston Rob, this is his challenge. This is literally his job, is to build things. So, Rob Cesternino not only shining here, but while Boston Rob does. And on Saboga, Rupert and Jerry are having a tiff. Because Rupert wants to dig it down into the sand, their shelter. And Jerry's like, no, when the water comes in, it's going to fill up that hole and we're fucked. Which, she's right. She's going about it the wrong way, but Rupert is wrong here, and he's very headstrong, and it's not working. Jerry is correct. They should not dig this hole. This is one of the only times I think I'll agree with Jerry in Survivor. And Mogo, they decided to build a treehouse. They're a little fun with it. And Lex and Colby, they're really vibing. They're really broing out together. And they kind of view it as them versus Shan and Kathy. And then we reveal more about Jenna. Very sad about her mom. She feels something's wrong with her mother, and she made a mistake by coming out to the All-Stars. And Rupert, he is just obsessed with getting this thing built the way he wants it. And he turns out to be wrong, because Chapira and Mogo win reward. Saboga not. And so Rupert has to kind of sit in his defeat. And then the rain comes. And the shelter starts filling up with water, and Rupert is quickly like, yep, I fucked up. I made a mistake. And I think unlike a lot of people, he admits it, and he tries to move forward. And then they go to the immunity, and Jenna talks about, I feel something is very wrong with my mother, and I feel like I need to go to her. And that is a hard call. I mean, some people are like, well, she shouldn't have gone out there. Turning down a chance to go back to Survivor isn't easy. I can only imagine that Jenna loves this game. But your parents are your parents. And so she's like, I'm going to withdraw myself from the game to go home to my mother. And Jeff is kind of apprehensive. He's like, are you sure you're not just quitting and you can't handle it? She's like, no, I've won this game before. Like, I've survived it before. This is not Survivor that's getting to me. It's I feel something's wrong and I need to go. And Jeff's like asking all the people how they feel about it. And really, Jeff, it doesn't matter. Just like Boston Rob said, we can't judge her by this. This is such a difficult thing to have to do. So Jenna pulls herself from the game, and they said in the after thing her mom died like 8 days later. So she was correct. She was right. And she made a good call, and I don't think Jeff or anyone should be upset with her for withdrawing herself from the game. Her mother is the most important thing. So that she got to spend the last days of her mother's life with her are much more important than $1 million. I can guarantee you that. But it is very sad to see her go. Then we get Boston Rob and Amber getting more close. Their flirting's becoming a little heavier. And they both think they're playing each other, but they're not. We're going to learn that later. This is real romance. And through the storm and the bad shelter, Jerry is having a mental breakdown. She doesn't know if she can continue in this game. Like, Australia was never that hard that night was on her. And I can imagine getting just poured down rain on for, like 12 hours, I'm sure would drive you insane. But Jerry seems to be breaking easily, like Chanu does in Palau when we get to that. And Saboga really are falling apart. It doesn't seem like Saboga has a lot of hope of moving forward. And Rich on the Mogo Mogo tribe, he's catching more fish, but he's a bit lazy around camp. He's just a little too comfortable. And again, like I said, Rich should be trying harder. A lot of the people, Sue too, it's like, why are you thinking that your old game is enough? Like, try hard to win this one too. Why'd you come back if you're not going to play 100% to your ability? You're not above playing this. And they do a match the items reward for bass supplies and a key. Shapira and Saboga win, and Boston Rob finds their chest, which they get like rice and some canned goods and things like that. And they get the blindfold, moving everybody around, immunity, and a couple people, like, I think Tom takes a big hit in this challenge. Colby takes a hit. Like, they're getting banged up by these puzzle pieces. But Saboga and Mogo Mogo win, sending Shapira to Tribal Council for the first time. And Rob Cesternino feels like he was underused. He could have been a help in that challenge, and that they really are just ignoring him. And I think that's true. They really need to capitalize on Rob's brain. And people are talking about either targeting Rob or Alicia. And Boston Rob says, hey, whoever I decide to go, that's whoever I decide going to go home, they're the ones that's going to go. And by a vote of 5-1, so sad. It was the saddest part of All Stars. Rob Cesternino out in 15th place. And it was a smart idea to get him out, because if Rob gets control of this game, which I think if he's on Mogo Mogo or Saboga and can hide behind a winner, then he goes far. Because this is the only loss Shapira's going to have, so it's like he could have rode this tribe out to the end. But also, he didn't have any winners to hide behind in Shapira. He did the best at third place than any of these other people did. So he couldn't hide behind a winner or a runner-up or any strategist. Like, he was the best one. So, he was taken out exclusively because he was such a threat on the Amazon. And, like, really, Rob, what could Rob have done differently? He's, the past caught up with him. And, he paid the piper for Amazon here. But, I was really sad to see him go. And I think if he was on Saboga or Mogo Mogo, he's probably makes it deep in this game. But nevertheless, Rob Cesternino is gone. And then we get a boat building reward challenge. And Rupert looking for redemption here. He's like, man, if I can win this, then we're good. And we get Sue's peeing on the raft and thing. Sue and Tom are at each other's throats. Sue and Tom hate each other. And they're both kind of the kooky old people from their seasons, and they just can't stand each other. And it's because Tom's kind of a perv, and Sue hates him for that. And it's it's interesting. So they do the boat rewards for fishing gear, and whatever tribe comes in last is dissolved. And Rupert's like, here's my chance. And then Mogo Mogo and Shapiro win. So Saboga will be dissolved into Mogo Mogo and Shapiro. So Mogo Mogo is still Cheyenne, Colby, Rich, Kathy. It's still Cheyenne, Colby, Rich, and Kathy. But they get Ethan and Jerry. And then Shapira is still Tom, Alicia, Rupert, or Tom, Alicia, Sue, Amber, and Boston. But they also get Rupert and Jenna. So, interesting switch. And Ethan, Mogo Mogo picked as their target. Like, they'll just pick off Ethan. That's why they picked him. And Ethan is trying to, catch some fish. So he's going out, he gets like a small fish, and Rich is like, how dare you try to be the provider on this tribe? So then he goes out and catches a whole bunch of fish. He's like, yeah, you don't try to have a fishing competition with Richard Hatch unless you're Rupert. But poor Ethan has tried to be the provider, and he tried to go up against Rupert and Richard Hatch, and both times was just completely destroyed. So, he can't catch a break. He's a winner, and he's trying to catch fish with the pros, and it's just not working out for him. I feel bad for Ethan. So we get a flag retrieval immunity. Shapira ends up winning, sending Mogo Mogo to tribal council. And Colby, he wants to turn on Rich. And Kathy is wary of Colby. She's like, hey, Colby ran wild in Australia. Maybe we should not worry about Rich and worry about Colby. And Jerry's like, yeah, that's a great idea. Colby was, he cost me Australia, which is not true. Everyone hated her in Australia. But Jerry feels like Colby made fun of her and bested her and made her look like an idiot on Australia, which is true. But yeah, Jerry's all on the let's vote out Colby train. And Rich, he's like, yeah, let's do the Colby thing. I'm down to vote out Colby. But by a vote of 6-1, Richard Hatch, the first winner survivor, voted out here in 14th place. And this was inevitable, I think. Unlike Rob C., who I think could have had a deep run at the game, if Rich was playing like Rich played in Borneo, I think he could have squeaked by. I think he could either would have taken out Ethan here, and I think he could have actually maybe even convinced him about Colby. Like, I think Rich could have gone far because of his non-physical threatness. Because he's not a physical threat. But his heart wasn't in it, man. Richard Hatch's ego was too inflated, and then it got popped. So, he's out pre-jury. And with that, we come to the close for the end of Phase 1 for Survivor All-Stars. Join us next time. We're going to go from 13 down to 8. Going to talk about a very uncomfortable moment featuring Richard Hatch from the last Immunity Challenge. And, there's tons of stuff to talk about. So, join us next time. Going to have a lot of fun. Well, not in the first part, but it's going to become a lot of fun to talk about. See you guys Phase 2. My name's Mac Taylor.